Hello, Forecaster here again, and we are back for episode 151. And in this episode, we are going to continue working on the new oil well harvesting system. So, in between this and the last episode, I've done a bunch of stuff. Over here, you can see that I have made an electric locomotive. One of these, and a CSU cart, which is a minecart with a CSU in it. Pretty simple, as well as an energy loader, which loads power into the CSU. Now, the reason for this is that, and I just tested this, and it works. This electric locomotive, powered by this CSU cart, can reach the oil well and come back on a single charge, which means that I can use this locomotive instead of a steam locomotive to transport the oil, which is more efficient because I happen to know that our storage space for oil is not large enough to hold an entire oil well's worth of oil. So the locomotive is going to be standing here waiting to be able to unload, and unload quite slowly. And the electric locomotive only uses power when it moves, unlike the steam locomotive, which uses a little bit of power constantly. It uses fuel. So the steam locomotive is better for longer distances, where you can turn it off completely in between each what do you call it? Each trip would be the right word. But doing that requires some extra infrastructure, of course. You need some controller tracks and possibly some logic. While the electric locomotive, you can have, you don't need anything extra to control it, because when it's being held, it doesn't use any power. But it has shorter range, unless you have electric tracks, which is more infrastructure. And I don't want to cover this bit in electric tracks, obviously. But fortunately, the oil well is within the range of an electric locomotive with a CSU cart. I don't really want to spend the diamonds on an MFE cart, because it costs a lot of diamonds. So fortunately this works, and of course we don't need any charging over here, because the locomotive or the train will make it back and can then recharge for the next trip. So that is great. It's also kind of slow, of course, because the battery is very heavy, which is one of the drawbacks. Oh. Seems we have happened upon a train duplication bug again, which is a vanilla Minecraft thing. You're supposed to stop. The mode switch key doesn't seem to be working. well, so what we're going to do is we're going to ride out to the oil well and the bridge I've constructed in between episodes, and we're going to finish creating the junction, and I've also made 2 routing switch motors we're going to use. Although I realize now that I probably could have used a regular manual switch for one of them, but I can fix that later. We're also going to have to build a platform around the actual oil, and I realize I left a lot of stuff that I should have brought at the base, and brought a lot of junk that I won't need. But here we are at the platform, and I'm going to, whoops, dang it, right. Well, it stopped because it ran off the tracks. Also seems I've blocked off the scaffolds that I was using to climb, but can maybe put some here. No? We're going to need a solid block. I suppose a piece of wood will do. So we can put these scaffolds down like that. That'll do. Can turn that off again. So now I can get up here. It's weird that the manual control key didn't work. Did before, but whatever. So here we are going to put a switch track facing the right direction. We're going to put a junction track here and another switch track here, which is going to face that direction, and then one here. Switch track there, face that way. And here, hopefully this will be supported so it won't fall down. Can't, oops, dang it. Well, that's annoying. I can't quite click on the... This should do. Hopefully this will not fall. Okay, good. So now we can put one of these back. Ah, dang it. So I'm going to need some additional support for that, because I'm going to need something there to put. I think if I do something like this, and then on this side as well, that should be enough to support that. I'm going to need to put a routing switch motor here. Well, dang. So that's not enough. Maybe if I do this. That should support this, I think. Let's try this again. Okay, so now it's supported. So I can put a switch motor there. Now, I didn't bring any routing tables. and I don't have the materials to make one, so I'm going to have to do that later. Probably won't bother recovering those posts I dropped into the ocean. Let's see. So we're going to have a manual switch here where this is permanently switched, because we know that when a train is coming from this direction, it's going to want to go onto this track back to the base always. However, when something comes from this direction, we're going to want to conditionally route it in here, if it is the oil train, which we are going to give a ticket, probably in the next episode. We're going to set the routing up. So I built this bridge. The foundations were of course built by our T-1000. Now the oil well itself, as you can see, stretches down into the ocean. You'll notice that I have a low draw distance. It didn't really help a whole lot in the base. It helped a little bit, I think, but not as much as I would have liked. But yeah, so we're going to want to extend this. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this. I think that is the extent of our range. Anymore, and things are going to start dropping into the oil. So I have a pump, which I of course left at the base. I have a set of Railcraft tanks, 8 of them, I think, also at the base, and I have a set of fluid hoppers from Railcraft. I also have the peat engine. Great. It's starting to rain, of course. Right, so I'm going to go back to the base and get all of this stuff, because we're going to need it. So I will be back in a little bit. And we are back, and I have the things. So I don't really want to build a platform all the way up there to put the pump on top. I'm pretty sure that if I put the pump here somewhere above this, it's going to pump this up first, and then when this is low enough, I can continue now, I don't really want to drop things into the oil because it's going to destroy some of it. However, if I want to extend the bridge anymore, I'm going to need to add more supports. So we're going to jump down onto this foundation, and we're going to add another row here that is hopefully going to allow us to extend the next level 3 more, and then extend the top level 3 more. Because I want to put the tanks where they are going to go the first time. Kinda wish I had a boat right about now. I'll be back in a little bit when I'm back up on the bridge. And the sun is just going down. I'll probably turn on the night vision now. And now we can see a little better, sort of. You can see the ball of oil there sitting in the hole. Right. So now, if we extend this out, because this is now supported there, we can extend this out just a little more. There. Oh. Oh well. Not entirely sure where to go from here. Can we go out to the sides a little bit? I did bring some platforms. I guess we can go up a level. Something like that. If we do that... No, not that. Let's replace the drill with the chainsaw. It's going to be a little more useful right now. I absolutely do not want to fall into the oil. That would be embarrassing and inconvenient. But we should be able to build out our platform something like this. Hopefully without, dang it, any incidents. It's really hard to see where you're supposed to aim with these, where the hitbox is. And then we want a platform like that. Should be able to get closer to the oil now. So the center will be 2 in from no, 3 in from here. Can I put one here? That seems stable. I think. Contemplating putting the oil tank. Let's put it here. We can probably pull some pipes to the pump should it be necessary to do so. We have the pump here. I'm going to put that here for now. And we can move it later. And I'm going to put the engine directly onto the pump for now, because we're going to control this manually to start with. And with gates later. Let's put some power into this. Why is it red? Does it need to be above a source? If so, that is new to me. It did extend, but then it stopped, and I'm unsure why. Can it not output directly into a tank? That seems like something that shouldn't be a problem. No, that's not it. Let's turn the engine off. So this is weird. Pretty... Oh, so now... Okay, now it's working. But I don't know why. I have no clue why it's working. Yeah, so we have the desired effect there. I'm still going to want the... Okay, so it ran out of power. Does a redstone signal disable the pump? That does seem to be the case. That is also news to me, so we're going to have to put the... Yeah, so that seemed to be the problem. So we are pumping up the oil now. So now I'm going to want to move the pump to the center, which is right there. I don't think we have the range to do that, though. Not without adding more support. This is looking kind of ridiculous, but it is kind of necessary. So I'm going to let this run out of power. Let's take out the fuel, turn this back on, so the engine releases all of its power. Then we're going to collect the engine and the pump and try to replace this. I do have a few pipes, although it seems I have a clay fluid pipe and a golden fluid pipe, which is not a whole lot. It's still night. It seems it's... Okay, it's still working. Don't know what the green light means. Red seems to mean that it's doing something. I'm not sure. Red seems to mean that it can't work for some reason. So what I expect will happen once all of this oil disappears off of the surface of the ocean is that this is going to extend down into the water, and then it's going to stop. And now we're blind because it suddenly became too bright, I guess, even though the sun barely has come up, but whatever. Are you going to run out of power soon? It has stored quite a bit of it. I might actually have to stop it. And I'm going to need the drill. So let's get that. Let's get up on here. We're going to lose some power doing this, of course. But that is going to have to be acceptable. So we're going to collect the engine. And I'm obviously not going to stand there and collect the pump. Kind of wish I had a magnet thing now. I really hope this doesn't fall down into the oil. There we go. So now we're going to have to aim for that. So I'm pretty sure we need to get 2 out, and then the pump is going to go down. So I'm going to see what happens if I do this. It seems we are stable there, which is good, obviously. We are going to want 1 more. I might be best off doing this. I should be able to climb this and then do something like this. So we're going to want a fluid hopper here, I think. Then we're going to put down a golden fluid pipe. And then we're going to put the pump. Whoop. That was scary. Okay, so I can't do that. I can't actually place the pump because I'm inside of the block where it would be placed. So it's a little annoying. But what I can probably do is if I take a wooden block and put here first, I can put the pump there, and then I can get rid of this, like so. And the pump is still technically supported by this post there. Then we can put that like that. And now I'm going to put the engine on top of there. And then I'm going to put structure pipes like so. And hopefully these are also supported, should be supported diagonally by that post, the bottom one. And then I have a basic gate and a called AND gate, which is going to serve my purposes. We're going to say when low energy stored probably will do. And then we're going to put 2 beats of pipe wire on here. And we're going to say red pipe signal. And then this is going to be when red pipe signal, redstone signal. And then we put some fuel in. So now this should fill up. And ensure that this is power. Probably want low energy stored. Not entirely sure how much it uses, but that should be fine. So now we have that. We're going to want to put our fluid loader somewhere. Preferably where the locomotive can get to it. So if we put it here, like that, we can have another fluid hopper take oil into that. Might want some speed upgrades for these. We're going to have forceful. The filters don't matter at all. But we're going to want enough space for this train to turn around here and still fit the entire train. But we should be able to do this without too much problem, because all of these should be supported. Now, of course, EnviroMine does not simulate weights of blocks or anything like that. So we can stack up as much stuff as we want on here, and it will not collapse. All that matters is the support structure, which is not fully realistic, but in my opinion, it's better than nothing. So what we'll probably want is a Y track here, and then some more normal tracks, of course, and then the train, which is going to probably contain 3 tank carts and a chunk loader, an anchor cart, is going to come down here, get split off to here by the Y track. I think this would be the default direction. And then we'd go down this track here, then go over the locking track under our loader. The locomotive would pass by, of course, because it doesn't accept any fluids. And then each tank cart would be loaded, and then we would come back up here, merge back into the single track, and then go up here. Now, unfortunately, we have reached the end of the episode. I'm going to have to make a Y-track and a manual switch lever, one of these, which is pretty simple. This should be going. Are you not going? Okay, so it seems that low energy stored. What we're probably going to want to do, actually, is this. So, unless it's full, the engine is going to be on. As soon as it fills up, the engine is going to turn off. Like that. So now it's full, it's outputting a red pipe signal, which turned off the redstone signal. So that is going to work a lot better. But yeah, so with that, I will see you in the next episode.